Hi, my name is Garrett Stangel with Balance Fitness. This is my friend and colleague Jess Davies, a physical therapist with BodyMechanics, who's going to be assisting me today on sharing some unilateral functional exercises that'll help to challenge your current workout program. Whether you're in the gym or you're at home, wherever you choose to do these exercises, the unilateral focus is going to help to strengthen weak areas on the body, as well as work in the core in every exercise that you do. And Jess will help make sure that we've got safe modifications for anybody who wants to try these.
We continue our emphasis on unilateral or one extremity training, today making a transition to the upper body. The upper body, for many people, we might perceive as not being our greatest strength, but going into a single arm movement can be really important for shoulder blade or scapular training as well as core training. So Garrett, why don't you show us some variations of our one arm push-up today?
Okay.
One of the things that Garrett does right off the bat, because he goes from 2 arms to 1, he decreases his base of support. So he's not compensating or providing a change in his lower body to help create a nice big triangle or a bigger base once again. Beautiful. So you're going to recognize that Garrett's shoulder blade is in a nice, strong, stable position on his back. His spine is in a nice, long, diagonal position, and he maintains the alignment of both as he travels in and out of his movement. Now, not all of us will be able to go through that full range successfully. So we can modify in a few ways. The first is just to come down to a smaller lever length by decreasing the length of his lower body. Beautiful. And in any position or any variation that we show you, instead of going all the way down to the floor, just a partial movement, anything that has good control is beneficial to the body. For individuals who feel too much stress through their wrist when they go to just a single hand support, any sort of a weight that allows a neutral wrist position can help to relieve the aggravation and achiness from that added load through the upper extremity. So Garrett has just a very simple dumbbell in his hand, which allows that wrist to stay in a neutral position instead of working from that extended position. You know, nowadays with all of the keyboarding and things that we do, going into that wrist extension can be a little challenging for many of us. I think the ultimate variation, if the floor work is still a little too much, is to use a wall. Same position. Actually here, starting at a wider base makes it more accessible, but another bridge towards the floor would be working into a smaller and smaller stance with his lower body while still continuing that arm variation. So I'm gonna let Garrett do some movements here. One arm supporting. And this gives us a good opportunity to look at that shoulder blade or scapular stabilization we were talking about before. So I'm going to let my hand rest on his shoulder blade as he goes in and out of that movement. And notice how that shoulder blade never leaves his back. It stays strong and stable into his body. Some individuals who lack that stabilization will start to lift or wing through that. And for that, we can just hold that standard position, that straight arm, and work on that strength first, working into some mini and bigger movements from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Today's exercise is the one arm push-up. I will demonstrate the exercise and talk you through it so that you can hopefully incorporate it into your workout. So I start off in the traditional push-up position or plank position from yoga. And I'm going to take one leg and put it out to the side, kind of an outrigger of sorts. That way when I pick up my hand, I still maintain balance. Now, trying to keep my hips level and my back flat to the ground, parallel to the ground, I'm working on coming down into the push-up and then pushing back up. Now, that variation proves to be too difficult, and that's a very, very difficult movement to do. You can do a similar variation from the knees, allowing your knees to be wider apart than usual, picking the one arm up, and again coming down and pushing away. This exercise can also be done standing against a wall so that you have the benefit of a more vertical surface, more weight into your feet, less into your arms. An exercise like this I'd recommend doing anywhere from 4 to maybe 8 repetitions, and anywhere from 1 set for somebody just beginning to 2 or 3 sets for more advanced exercisers.